What's up, crew? Today I want to talk to you about the important topic of leadership. This is a reality that has been all consuming for me for decades now. And I remember the first time I had a real opportunity to lead. And a real platform to lead was in high school. And there were two stories, two different kinds of leadership that were leveraged. In the first chapter of this story of leadership in my life, I used my influence to lead people to a life of demise, not growth. I was a heavy recruiter into a lifestyle of drinking and drugs and just in general unhelpful, toxic behaviors and activities. It was unreal that I was still able to perform at the level I was able to perform on the field or the court, and then earn the right to go play at a top 20 Division I lacrosse school and keep my grades up to where I kept them, given the toxic and just self-sabotaging behavior that I was engaging in, but not just engaging in, but recruiting others to engage in with me. That was leadership. The summer right before my senior year of high school, I go to a camp to do all of those activities for a week with no parents. And I end up being completely and totally transformed into a different person. It was during that week that I met the Jesus of the scriptures. And the only way I know how to explain what occurred at that camp was when he showed up, my entire life flipped upside down. And I felt for the very first time that I was in serious trouble. I was seriously broken. I was far more evil and broken than I ever thought I possibly could be. And yet at the same time, I was far more deeply loved and valued and affirmed than I ever thought I could be. And in that moment, I was literally transformed. I mean, my desires changed. I didn't get new religion, but I got new relationships. I didn't get new duties. I got new delights. And when I look back on that, that is the only reasonable explanation of what would soon take place. And here's what soon took place. I was an influential leader in high school, would go in to be an influential leader in college, would then go on to be an influential leader of a very, very large church, over 3,000 people, to then starting our own ministry and now starting my own business. And there has been a constant theme throughout all of that, and that has been leadership. And where in the first chapter, I used my leadership for demise and not growth. This second chapter, the Lord has enabled me to leverage my leadership and use it to help people grow. But here's what I've learned about leadership. Leadership can be boiled down to trust-based influence. That's what leadership is. It is trust-based influence. A person in a position of leadership will succeed only as long as people trust them with their futures, with their money, or even with their very lives. Nothing can take the place of trust. Nothing. A leader you can't trust is no leader at all. And if you can live and lead and show up in such a way that you over and over and over again show people that you have their best interest at heart, that what you are doing for their reasons, that what you are doing is for their outcomes, that betters their life, and you have that heart, and you also have that skill required to lead, people will follow. David in the scriptures was described as leading Israel with integrity of heart and skillfulness of hand. That is a great way to describe a leader. The integrity of heart and skillfulness of hand. And if you can bring that kind of heart, that you consider other people's interest more significant than your own, and then you have the skill required to lead, people will follow you. But I want to say this to so many of you that are listening. Some of you all are leading with vinegar and not honey. And you don't realize that vinegar wears off quickly. Vinegar is not sweet to the taste. You may be able to have someone do something because you are threatening them or you are coercing them. But it is not the kind of leadership that will last, and it is not the kind of leverage that will ultimately lead to what I think you want. The way to lead that is a legacy kind of leadership is the leadership that is led with honey, not vinegar. That people, because of the way that you've loved them, that you've led them, that you've protected them, and that you have provided for them, they want to do what they do in order to move the needle. One, because of their great care and appreciation for you, but then secondly, when that is low, they just don't want to let you down because of the way that you have given yourself for their good. That, my friend, is leadership worth following. So lead on.